All right, we're live for real this time. Boba versus Boba, green versus red. Who will be the best? So it looks like Breaker just thought there was a time zone confusion. He thought it was at 5 Pacific instead of 4. Okay, so I guess I'll show the list for the people that didn't catch the half stream last time. So this is LegoPizza's deck. It's Boba Red. There's a few weird things about it. He's not running ISB agents, which are normally in that because of the combo Target Town. He's not on Ruthless Raider, which is normally there for the sneak attack combo. But overall, it's just like a pretty low to the ground Boba deck that's running, mostly 1 through 3 cost cards, and then he's got Interceptor's Bosk and Fet's Fire Spray, and that's about it. He's got a few other things on the sideboard, which are just like random utility units, so makes sense. And then Breaker is just running like a fairly standard Boba Green deck. He's running Out of Aspect Cunnings, which is like a bit weird, but overall pretty standard list. And Breaker is here. And all right. So yeah, we're about to get started with this. Breaker's just getting his deck set up. And they're rolling for it. LegoPizza 6 and looks like Breaker's gonna start with it. I'm not sure how much the initiative matters in this matchup, but I think you want to have it at least a bit if you're the aggro deck. Alright, I guess I'm gonna zoom in a bit further. Sure, we're getting all these. All right. Double 1-drops and then by the 3, but it's all 1 health stuff for LegoPizza. I mean that's what this deck does. He drew what the deck does, so we're gonna see it in action, and we'll see if it's good enough to take on this mid-range deck, which normally has a good matchup into aggro decks. And I think Breaker's list is actually more geared towards the aggro matchups than normal. All right, and Crafty Smuggler, and that's gonna be able to 2-for-1 with these, with Greedo and Death Star Stormtrooper. So, that's big. But double 1s, I mean that's what the deck does. At least one of these is going to be able to connect with the base, which is what you want to see. But this crafty smuggler, he's Breaker also has the super laser technician, which is going to allow him to ramp and really get ahead here. And the super laser is actually going to have a good trade into these units. Normally, like, it's can be rough playing super laser into aggro decks because it doesn't trade with like 2/3s, but this deck is running all 3/1s. Oh, he didn't attack with Greedo there. That's risky. We'll see if Breaker decides to use the ECL. He doesn't have to. In fact, I don't think he will. He probably wants to save it for something like a Steadfast Battalion, but still risky. And he doesn't use the ECL, so Greedo is going to connect with base. He could also like theoretically use it to hit into one of these units and then play the second Greedo with the Boba resource that he's going to get back, but I think he'd rather just hit face. Did he just not? Did he pass? I'm genuinely confused why he did that. Huh. Weird. So Super Laser is almost certainly just going to trade with Greedo here. I don't think there's a reason to do anything else or to wait or anything. There's unfortunately. He took the initiative. He didn't pass. That's what was going on. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. I didn't see him take the initiative. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. He puts his Starwing back online, and he can play the Pirate Starfighter on the Greedo there. That actually makes a lot of sense. And I guess he's just gonna leave that super laser to not ramp, at least not immediately. Breaker's space game is not strong right now. That's 2 big hits from that Starwing Scout. It's really going to be a ground versus space rush game, and I think Breaker's going to get there in the end because of the Steadfast Battalion he has in hand primarily. Because that's going to be able to take out the opposing Boba. And there's the Vader, which is going to be able to take control of the ground. Plus, like, if you do the math, like, these 3 random ground units are actually equaling the 2 big units in space. So I think LegoPizza's in a rough spot. Just playing the second, no good to me dead. And I guess he's going to get a Greedo out there eventually. He's just stalling. Is Breaker against? It looked like he was going for ECL there. It was like I was thinking, like, you could ECL, like Cartel Spacer. That's not like horrible. I think you just pass. Like, wait and just do the Steadfast. Okay. I guess like LegoPizza has played like he wants the initiative. So there is like an argument to go for that and basically just concede the 4 damage, but you guarantee that you'll be able to Steadfast next turn. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, LegoPizza has game on board even through Steadfast. Cartel Spacer can change that. Let's see, Breaker really wanted to find a barrage there, and unfortunately he did not. He still actually has ECL up. He has Star Viper, but that actually isn't that amazing of a trade here. Breaker might actually face some difficulties stabilizing. The 4 damage from the Boba that he allowed to go through by playing that boss were, they changed the clock. So just, it's, I guess, like a bit of a learning moment there. And it's, it's a feel bad because his alternative play was just to pass until the Boba was deployed. And there's a counter to that, which is just, pass and wait and deploy the Boba the next round. And you're losing your temporary resources, which hurts. But conserving damage is actually, it actually matters a lot in these kinds of games. So like think about it. Would you rather be in this position, where you have 15 damage on the base and you're staring down everything, or in the position where there's no Bosk on the field and there's no Boba on the field and you're at 4 less damage? You just got to be able to see the future and think things like that. It's entirely possible that Breaker, thought maybe he'd draw an event and he'd be better off here, but it's also possible it's not. And obviously, like, you'd prefer the world where you got to steadfast their Boba, but if you're just assuming that they would counter your play, then that's obviously not like where you would go. And Greedo hits, and that's going to take out the... He's actually just going to put 2 on Bosk instead of killing the smuggler. Oh yeah, because he can target Tana, of course. I'm mad. So we could see Vader here, or we could just see, Steadfast. I imagine we'll see Steadfast. And Breaker has done a good job of stabilizing here. But he has to be able to kill these space units. Cartel Spacer can knock out the Starfighter. LegoPizza might actually run away with this one. Like, Breaker needs to draw pretty much exactly Barrage. Does Barrage would do 7? Barrage would clear this board. It doesn't. I guess it doesn't have to be exactly. Does it have to be exactly Barrage? So he's got 6 health left, which means he can eat one of these attacks, but he can't eat 2 of them. So he has to be able to clear 2 of these units. And I think Barrage is the only card that does that. Oh, he drew it. He drew it. Of course. Wow. Ugh. And I think that's going to be game ending. Let's see. Is there lethal on board this turn? 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 15, 16. It's not quite, or no, with the Barrage. Yeah, it will be with the bonus attack from the Barrage. Yeah. So I think it literally just came down to that. I think if Breaker doesn't draw this Barrage, then LegoPizza gets it. I'm doing my math right. The Barrage fully clears the board. Yep. Boom. And so that's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that'll be 18 damage coming in, and 18 plus 8 is... Pretty sure it's more than 25. Yeah, it's 26. Exactly. All right. Wow. What an ending! I mean, those are those are sort of feel bad endings, but they're also you also know that it was really close because it just came down to that odds, and you feel bad being on the wrong end, but you feel good knowing that you made it that close. I think the story there was that Breaker did not have a good space presence. I think he played Cartel Spacer once. That was his only space unit that he played that game. And it's not like he's not running a ton. Like we saw him pull 7th Fleets and Star Vipers and stuff. So he's got a decent presence in space. He just wasn't getting there. And even like 7th Fleet and 7th Fleet is actually pretty good in here, but Star Viper is not amazing in this matchup. So if we're looking at the sideboard, let's see. I imagine Traitorous is going to come in. That can be a big swing if you play it on like a Starwing Scout. I don't know if anything else is coming in. Maybe he brings in like Shoot First and No Good to Me Dead just to have more ways to deal with these aggressive units. On LegoPizza's side, again, yeah, I don't know if any of these are coming in. Maybe if you expect him to bring in the Traitorous, maybe you bring in the Fang Fighters. Because that is such a good counter to that card. I don't know if you bring in the Sentinels at all. I'm going to go back here. It looks like we're getting ready. Oh, are they still going? No, I think we're about ready. All right, game 2. Can this red Boba close it out this time, or will Breaker draw Barrage again? One way to find out, folks. Ooh, that is I don't think that's a keeper of the hand for LegoPizza. 2 Greedos is... Oh, is Breaker still siding? Oh. Thought he was done. This Pizza's doing his mulligan. You really should be waiting, but I'm not gonna step in. These people, they're in voice together, so they know what's going on with each other. I'm not too worried about it. Looks like Change of Hearts came in from LegoPizza, and it looks like he's keeping it. Interesting. Pirated Starfighter in the opening hand. It's an interesting card. Like, we saw him use it actually really well last game on the to dodge the super laser. That was actually a really creative use of that card. Looks like the only turn 1 play from LegoPizza is going to be this Cartel Spacer, which is not ideal. Like, I think this, like, you want to be jamming 1-drops. At least, like, that seems to be what it's built for. He doesn't have those, but Spacer's not bad. Pirated Starfighter is not looking great here. You don't generally want to do it on the Spacer. So you got Spacer, Short Trooper. Ooh, Barrage in hand for Breaker. He doesn't need to draw it later. He has it now. That is pretty much the card of the game here. Go ahead and hit face with that Spacer. Seventh Fleet coming out in response. Ooh, okay. Let's drag out the X. Yeah, I just meant the shield. I thought I was gonna ECL it for a second. I was like, really? But nope. That goes for 4-stroke. That's a 3-drop chip, right? Oh no, it's 2. Oh, I thought it was 3. That's really creative. Okay. And 7th Fleet does not answer that well. Well, but shoot first it does, but yeah. So it looks like this one is a lot more favored for Breaker than last game was. It's not over yet, but it's not looking good for our friend LegoPizza. And Pizza takes initiative. Doesn't want to play that greedy out just to get it killed by the Boba immediately. And we're going into turn 4. Only 2 damage on Breaker's base. So he goes for Spacer and decides to hit the 7th Fleet. You've got to, on this turn, you've got to be thinking about the Steadfast game, and Pizza's not really. So, like, what you can be doing is trying to get your Boba out ahead of theirs so that they can't Steadfast you. Or you should be doing what he did last game and basically playing it, like, slow rolling your Boba so that they don't Steadfast you because they, decide to claim early. And he doesn't have enough actions to credibly slow roll the Boba here. So what he could have done is before, spacering or doing anything else, he could have brought up Boba and then swung before Steadfast could have come down. But he would have had to, Pizza to do that would have had to pull out his Boba before Breaker did. So that's the Steadfast game, and you gotta be aware that it's a thing that you're playing in this matchup. Ooh, and just I guess Pizza took initiative there. Sorry. Yeah, you don't want to let it get a swing here, and you're willing to give up cards for that. Lots of removal in Pizza's hand, and the fire spray for Breaker. But Breaker right now has the advantage on board state, and he has the advantage on damage, and he has the fire spray in his hand. So I think Breaker is in a very, very good position here. Change of Heart could impact things, but I think it's unlikely to do it that much. All right, we're ready to play. I imagine you just hit base with 7th Fleet. Yeah. So I think we can go. You can go like Interceptor, No Good to Me Dead. You could go like 7th Fleet, or sorry, yeah, 7th Fleet Open Fire, or 7th Fleet No Good to Me Dead. I guess it looks like he plays No Good to Me Dead, and I imagine it's gonna be Interceptor. To clear the 7th Fleet from Breaker's end, and then I imagine Breaker just slaps down the fire spray. Puts pizza to 15. I mean, that's big. So the interceptor there is solid, but it's not a massive threat. Here comes the fire spray. He could have ECL'd it, which would have beat the interceptor. And I forgot pizza can actually deploy his Boba this turn. ECL Steadfast will take it out next turn, but he can get 4 more damage in now. Game is over. Yeah, pretty much. I think it was a while ago. Let's see. Like, what's the So okay, so target town open fire there can actually clear the fire spray, but let's see. Yeah, but it's just gonna be really hard to mount a comeback for pizza. Change of Heart might be like his way back, but I mean even that is not gonna do that much. So Breaker here probably goes ECL Steadfast. That kills the Boba. Then, the Interceptor is going to get in, put him up to 15. But then you're taking 7 to the face, going up to 22. Any of those units attacking you is now lethal. And there's not much you can do about it. I guess you can stick Gamorrean guards, but you also he does the second yellow unit in hand, but he's gonna be taking. He takes 7 almost no matter what, right? Oh, that Boba got No Good to Me Dead. Actually, that changes the math. Okay, a little bit, but it does change the math. So you can Gamorrean and 7th Fleet, and Gamorrean is gonna do a bit to protect you. Say, I forgot their mouse is paused, like they're typing something. Should I be worried about this? My internet's not crashing, right? Stream's still up? Not liking what I'm seeing. Still says I'm connected. Are they just taking their sweet time? Yeah, I think my internet is up. All right, they're going again. Okay. Must have just paused for a bit. All right. Good morning, guards comes down. Unfortunately, that Boba attack was able to sneak through. Well, that always would have been able to happen. Never mind, because you would have had to take another action to play the things anyway. Ooh, surprise strike and fire spray. That might be what, if anything. Oh, is resourcing the fire spray. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see. I think barrage might just mean this game is over, but let's see. Does Pizza have a way in? He's do 10. He's got 4. He's got 10 on board. Let's see. So you have to out. Yeah, actually, if you out Gamorrean guards and then you have lethal, I think it's just over, right? So he just goes barrage. That actually outs both those units. Then I guess you can change of heart steadfast. Then you're taking 6, 7, you're taking 9. But you're actually not. I mean, yeah, no, it's over. Breaker's got it. Because Breaker just hits with Boba. And then with Boba. And it is all over. That steadfast can only do 5. Plus there's removal in hand for it if you're really concerned, but spending 2, 3, 2, just 2. No good to be dead. And you surprise strike 6. And that is it. And Breaker. Moving on. Congratulations. Breaker. Feels bad that he got the win after missing the time, but that's what happens, I guess. Close games. At least one of them was close. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to go and end the stream. And always remember to take the initiative.